into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Very good morning. Welcome to Expresso, your feel-good breakfast show. My name is Graham Richards, and you are truly phenomenal. Don't you ever forget it. You're going to go out there and crush your day. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed at this stage, don't worry. For at least the first 3 hours of the show, we've got you. And we're going to add a little bit of spice. We've got something for everyone. We're going to have a lot of fun this morning, as we always do. We're going to get back in the kitchen, got some superb recipes. And of course, being a Tuesday, we focus on health issues all this month, being Mental Health Awareness Month. It is our privilege to cast a light on, I think, so many disorders, so many issues that are facing so many of us, and we are here to relate and connect and all share in a very safe place. And today we're dealing with something that, looking at my face in this particular picture, is probably quite prevalent in our industry, and certainly on this show where we do feel things rather deeply. We are talking about anxiety and stressful situations. How do you cope with them? How do you deal with them? Maybe you've got a trick for us or something special, but that's what we're asking you on social media. I don't know, either someone's just kicked me, I've just stubbed my toe, maybe I bit my tongue. I'm guessing that someone really special left our studio team. I can clearly be seen breaking down completely there, and I'll give you some of my tips on dealing with a stressful situation, but I think this is something that a lot of us clearly have to deal with, because we've had some fantastic suggestions coming through. Tato Rakhosi saying breathing techniques, deep breaths are very helpful in terms of calming me down. That's something I think all of us use subconsciously or otherwise. Vincent Lamini saying, I listen to my favorite music, watching television or playing with kids. Awesome stuff. Fortune 20, I go to gym, and after gymming take a hot bath, and after that drink coffee, listening to R&B music. This could be like an inside window into my brain, but that's what we're talking about. Dr. Darren Green is going to be here as well. We're going to expand on this discussion throughout the morning, so please weigh in. How do you deal with stressful situations? How do you deal with your own anxiety? All of us are affected in some way or other by anxiety. We're here to share, connect, and support each other this morning. Someone who gives me a huge sense of calm and inspiration, looking absolutely gorgeous this morning. Good morning, Lily.
Thank you so much, Graham. I woo-saw every day. Just rub the earlobes, and that gives me a sense of calm and just, stresslessness. Good morning, fam. So good to be with you again. Of course, we'll be with you all the way through till 9 p.m. today. But why don't we get you updated on what your temperatures are looking like all across the country, so you can prepare what you're going to wear accordingly. Let's start off with Johannesburg. There's plenty of sunshine with nice warm temperatures. Now the sky remains clear for the entire day. There's little to no wind expected. Humidity rapidly decreases towards the evening, and a cool sunset is expected. Durban, let's take a look at you now. Sunny conditions with beautiful temperatures. Towards the evening, there's cloud cover that's going to increase. Little to no wind is expected. Humidity fluctuates throughout the day, as well as temperatures. Now moving over to Port Elizabeth, there's plenty of sunshine with a southwesterly breeze that dies down towards the evening. Clear skies are expected for the duration of the day. Temperatures peak midday and decrease towards the evening. And then finally, Cape Town, partly sunny conditions with little to no wind. Cloud cover increases towards the afternoon. Humidity fluctuates throughout the day, and temperatures become chilly towards the evening. Enjoy a break from the rain. Well, there you have it. Sun is definitely going to be on the cards for most parts of the country today. So I think you can dress a little bit cooler, but make sure that you have something to throw over in case it does get chillier towards the later part of the day. Now, as you may see, I am shoeless today. I don't know what I'm going to wear. I don't know what I'm going to wear on my feet. I'm wearing a beautiful white blouse and a denim skirt, and these right here are my options. So I'm just going to grab them for us. I have decided to pair this outfit with either a beautiful knee-length boot or an ankle boot, and you need to help me decide which one it is going to be, okay? So is it the knee-length boot or is it the ankle boot? And once you do that, of course, my look will be completed. So please go to the Facebook page, go to the post where you see me standing all depressed and, of course, highly confused, and help me make a choice between these two gorgeous black boots.
So we are feeling inspired this morning. Please help Lee find some shoes. I was just chatting to Nicole, our kitchen fairy, about some of the things we're making this morning. Delicious tarts in the works, so you want to stay tuned for that, undoubtedly. But we always love to set course with an inspirational quote, something that gets us thinking, something that makes us a little introspective about this morning. The esoteric, the transcendental movement. In fact, we're talking about the father of the transcendental movement in America, Waldo Emerson. He very much, I think, set out those ideas and those values in a book that has become essential reading. Anyone in that space will tell you, called Nature, represented 10 years of intense study in literature, in spirituality, in philosophy. He was a very big activist in the self-reliance movement, and I think very much helped to shape the way that an entire generation thinks, inward and outward. And he had this to say, which is quite pertinent: nothing can bring you peace but yourself. It all starts inside you. You have all those tools, and hopefully we'll help to build on those tools, that arsenal, this morning with a very inspirational show. But keep connecting with us. We love to hear from you. You are, in fact, the most important dynamic in this relationship. So stay connected on social media platforms. It's going to be a really interesting show. Let's see what this day has in store for us. Let's track those news headlines with Leanne.
Thank you so much, Graham. In the national news this morning, the renaming of Grahamstown to Makanda will be decided in the High Court after local organizations have complained the process was invalid. Anti-name changers say the renaming was based on incorrect historical information. Western Cape Education MEC Debbie Schaefer wants parents to prioritize checking their children's application status for the 2020 school admissions year. More than 85,000 applications have yet to be confirmed. On the international front, African leaders have launched a 55-nation continental free trade zone that, if successful, would unite 1.3 billion people, create a $3.4 trillion economic bloc, and usher in a new era of development. An Amsterdam museum has begun the biggest ever restoration of Rembrandt's famous painting, The Night Watch, and is inviting people to watch live. It has been placed inside a specially designed glass chamber so that it can still be viewed while being restored. And finally, one of Amsterdam's most famous tourist attractions, De Wallikes, is to be overhauled, and not everybody is happy about it. Now, the city's mayor, Femke Halsema, has announced options to radically revamp the city's red light district, including closing down brothels in the city centre and banning sex workers standing in window-fronted rooms. She says the new proposals are an effort to protect sex workers from gawking tourists and to combat a rise in human trafficking. But sex workers say banning women from advertising themselves in the red light windows would remove the city's top tourist attraction, and their visibility anyway makes them feel safer. Other plans include an erotic city zone with a clear entrance gate. Well, that was your 6 o'clock news update. Let's get our very first taste of what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
Let's kick it off on the grass lawns of Wimbledon. Tennis giants Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal and reigning world number one Novak Djokovic have all cruised into the 2019 Wimbledon quarterfinals. In football, Crystal Palace forward Wilfried Zaha scored the winner for Ivory Coast, who beat Mali 1-0 to reach the African Cup of Nations quarterfinals, while Tunisia stunned Ghana in a penalty shootout to advance as well. In aquatics, South African swimmers Tatjana Schumacher and Taylor Lovemore, they claimed their second gold medals at the 2019 Summer Universiade. That's while Michael Mully, he posted a new record during the fifth day of the competition in Italy. Congratulations. Then on the Cricket World Cup fixture list, catch the first Cricket World Cup semi-final. That's between India and New Zealand from 11:30 South African time today. That's a wrap of your sport. Let's get into your weather. So we love asking you to send in your sunrise pictures because we get the most amazing contributions, like this one from Linda Morris, who sent us this beautiful grey skyline from Ebotse Golf Estate in Benoni. Linda, you can expect some sunny conditions with nice warm temperatures in your neck of the woods today, reaching a maximum of around 20 degrees. Let's do a broader sweep. Polokwane, 7 your low, going up to 24 degrees. Highest temperature in the country. In Mbombela, going up to 28 degrees. Kicking off on 10 Pretoria, your low 6, going up to 23. Clear skies for Johannesburg. Johannesburg ranging between 5 and 21 degrees. Mahikeng, 5 your low, going up to 26 degrees. Then a cold start for Klerksdorp this morning, 2 degrees, going up to 21. Similarly, in Kimberley, 2 degrees is your minimum, going up to 22 degrees. Lowest temperature in the country, yet again, you guessed it, Bloemfontein, -1 degrees, but you do go up to a nice sunny 21 degrees today. Then high humidity in Richards Bay, 13 your low, going up to 24 degrees. High humidity expected inland in Pietermaritzburg as well, 7 degrees your low, going up to 24 degrees. In Durbs, 14 your minimum, going up to a moderate 23 degrees. Mthatha, a little warmer, although a chilly start at 4 degrees, but going up to 25 as your maximum. Then a southwesterly wind of around 20 k's an hour in East London, where your low is 12, going up to 22 degrees. Cradock ranging from 3 to 24 degrees today. Then a southwesterly wind of 24 kilometers an hour in PE, with your low 9 and a max of 19. George ranging between 10 and 19 degrees today. Sutherland, your low 4, going up to 20. Cape Town, quite moderate, 10 degrees, your low, going up to a high of just 18. Worcester, 7, your low, going up to 24 degrees. Springbok, 11 and 25, your range. Uppington kicks off on 6 degrees this morning, going up to a nice warm 26 degrees today. Hopefully you are prepped for your day ahead, wherever the weather is. Make sure it's a beautiful day.
So much, G. It is time for me to complete my look, but I cannot do it without you. So that's why we put up a poll this morning. Would you like me to wear either the black knee-length high boot, which I've actually never worn before, so that's going to be a treat, or the ankle bootie over there? So let's see what you decided for me. Here's the post. Okay, so Vincent says knee length will be suitable for you. Natasha says knee length. Let's see. Lydia says knee length. Oh, wow. Ashley says knee length. Blonde says knee length. Avela says knee length. Josephine says knee length. Okay, so it would seem, well, Samson says wear the short ones. Samson, you're the only one, my love. Jared says knee lengths. It seems like it is unanimous. Everybody wants me to wear the knee length boots. So shall we do it? Yes, we shall. Graham, come inside here, my darling.
You called me in like you're expecting me to like some Prince Charming in a fairy tale.
Well,
but that is, I certainly agree. I think the knee lengths are definitely the way to go. Was that your choice? Because I often feel like we influence people with like a little glint in our eye.
You know
or
what?
something.
I actually kept the fact that this is going to be the first time that I'm going to be wearing them a secret, because I did not want that to influence people. But I'm so happy that I get to wear them,
guys,
because naturally,
come on.
This is the first one.
Look at that.
I love it. I love it.
And it works with the denim miniskirt. It's just hotness for days. And it's kind of like ramps it up. It's glam. It's beautiful.
He
says with absolutely no authority on the subject. But yeah, I know.
So
it looks
while I put these
beautiful.
on, why don't we go and check out what's happening in the world of entertainment news?
Let's do it.
Like that, the girl is dressed. Thank you so much,
gorgeous, man. So, well then, I'm giving you all a high five for really good fashion choices. So, the world of entertainment, heartbreaking this morning.
Exactly.
What are the details?
Well, last week it was reported in the news that Stevie Wonder would be going into an operation for a serious but manageable health condition. Now, we all know that he has got a plethora of incredible tracks. I mean, we're talking about things like Superstition, My Sharia Moore, Ebony and Ivory. Stevie Wonder is truly an international treasure that the world is not quite ready to lose just yet. But don't fear, because he recently confirmed that he is not going anywhere. This past Saturday at a concert in London, the legendary soul and funk singer took a moment to share with his audience that he will be taking a short break from performing to receive a kidney transplant, and this is happening in September. Wow. Now, this is after reports last week that the singer was suffering from a serious but manageable health issue and had been touring with a medical team on board. He is 69 years old, and he said, so what's going to happen is I'm going to have surgery. I'm going to have a kidney transplant in September. I'm all good. I'm all good. He says, I have a donor. It's all good. I want you to know I came here to give you my love and to thank you for your love. You don't have to worry about rumors. I told you what's up. I'm good. all right. And of course, the crowd cheered towards that because I'm sure that they were all very relieved. Now, a longtime friend of the singer known as Joan Belgrave echoed his sentiments, saying he's got some health challenges, but he doesn't want a big PR thing out of this. He's got people around him who love him. He's got his team, and that is all we need. So, of course, we appreciate the fact that Stevie Wonder decided to share the news with the world, and that takes out all of the suspicion and the drama. And of course, we just wish him a speedy recovery after his surgery week that's happening.
That just smacks of the class act that he is. The fact that someone who lives to such a degree in the spotlight like that can kind of just play this out in a very normal human way, because fans do feel it, and he will have had fans for 40, 50 years that have been emotionally connected to him. So we do feel this deeply, and what you hit the nail on the head, he is a treasure.
He is a treasure.
a musical treasure, not just for America, for the music industry, but for the globe. He has had a voice that we need to hear. So that's good news that he is taking it so well. So we certainly wish him well, and a very speedy recovery when the time comes.
I love his music. Like, I could listen to Stevie and still be blown away like it's the very first time I'm listening to it.
He is still defining artists today, which is the most powerful thing. And when we speak about artists today, our favorite, one of our favorite, they've got to be on our top 5. We love hosting them. We love the fact that they've got a brand new home, just like our brand new home, a state-of-the-art studio, and they're doing some amazing things to feed back into the music industry. They are creating festivals. They are helping young artists do amazing things. We are talking about GoodLuck, and we're going to be crossing to their amazing studios just around the corner throughout this morning. So if you want to be inspired, not just in the musical space, but maybe as an entrepreneur, as a human being, we're going to have some great music and some great chats.
Exactly, and they were the ones who told us, just be yourself.
Cadbury Dairy Milk shines a light on the generosity alive in each of us. Bring your old toys to any of Cadbury Dairy Milk's pop-up Little Generosity shops in major centres this winter and receive a slab of Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate. Get to Cape Town's Canal Walk Little Generosity shop from the 19th of July to the 5th of August with your toys, and let's inspire a little more Cadbury Dairy Milk goodness in the world.
16 in your time.
And I bring two. Okay, just down. Ready? Testing. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I can hold it for you.
Thank you. And you'll come down.
Okay.
It's what? It's Tuesday.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, we all know that theatre has a power to honestly but safely deal with explosive subject matter in a way which no other form of storytelling comes near. It allows characters in a space to confront each other with tough things which need to be said.
Yep, and while we have an audience, they get to watch and feel and think things through from the safety of the seats, of course. And the latest subject which theatre has turned its focus on, it's our fellow citizens of our continent living in this country at the moment in a production called Frontiers.
Frontiers is staged at the Market Theatre in Johannesburg. It's a collection of testimonies of people from all over Africa now living in South Africa. The play has gained so much love and adoration because it tackles social ills head on, and I'm here to find out how.
This play looks past the convenient labels of nationality or language too often used to blame foreign nationals for problems. Director Mabatu Monso introduces the human beings behind the labels.
Mabatu, this is your debut as a theatre director. How has it been?
Well, translating from film and television to theatre has been quite an interesting journey. I've taken the principles that I know of storytelling from the different mediums and kind of applied it here.
So how did you achieve telling the story with regards to the set, the props, and actually breaking the fourth wall of theatre?
What I wanted to liberate myself from was to sort of try and induce a specific feeling in an audience, but rather to say, what is the truth of this moment? What truth are we trying to achieve? And because it's a personal testimony, it almost begs to break the fourth wall. What we did try to do, though, was with Lindiwe's character, is to have a face away from the audience to sort of reflect that inaccessibility of home affairs.
What would you love to tell all South Africans? Because you have literally opened up a conversation with this amazing play, Frontiers.
These stories are true, and we met some of the people who gave these testimonies. So it was a huge responsibility. I do think the story dictates the form that it must take.
I'm with the artistic director of the Market Theatre, James Nwawa. Why was it so important for you to commission this play?
I commissioned it because I was quite excited by its testimonial kind of sense. Also dealing with the metamorphosis of this country that started in 1994 when we opened our borders to the rest of the continent. And when people come to South Africa, they also bring with them their stories.
I mean, you a fountain of knowledge. What do you have to say to someone that hasn't been to the theatre or hasn't watched Frontiers?
Theatre is not for the chosen few. Something that is inherent in all of us. We are descendants of people that sat around the fire and told each other stories. A need to be told a story is something that we all have in us, and this is what we do. We tell stories.
Bobby, you're the playwright behind this thought-provoking play, Frontiers. Tell me what inspired writing this amazing play.
But I have always wanted to bring issues around migration onto the stage. And I am also very keen on using personal testimony, because I feel that if I'm doing theatre for social change, why can't people tell their own stories? I did more than 20 interviews for this particular play, and every single person said they don't want to be here. They would far prefer to be where they live in. And I think there's a misconception that South Africans have, that people sort of pack up their bags, pack up their children and want to come to South Africa. I'm not saying that there is not a percentage of of refugees in South Africa who simply want to be here, want to live here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think that in most cases people are here because of force of circumstance. I think as South Africans, we do not have a very good knowledge of our continent. We just don't. There are 54 countries, each with a very specific history.
This opportunity to connect with the public is one with Charlie Azade and Tantarai Chi and Tico could not pass up.
My character is the Zimbabwean activist, and I happen also to be Zimbabwean. This activist is a political activist. It's pretty much me, in a way, retelling his story in this production, you know, like retelling it so to a wider audience, so that people can sort of get a sense of how he ended up having to come to South Africa, and that it was not his choice, but he had to come here because his life was in danger.
Yes, my character is Cameroonian. His name is Atta, and he was an activist in Cameroon, a teacher as well. And his activism, of course, put him in a lot of trouble. That's why he decided to move in South Africa. And as you know, South Africa, he had to go through a lot of challenges.
That was so heartwarming as well as thought-provoking in one. Frontiers at the Market Theatre. I'm so glad I came to watch it. You should too.
Good morning, family. Good morning, guys in the studio. Welcome to it. We're waking up on the right side of bed this morning because I've come to visit the guys at GoodLuck. Guys,
I don't think we've ever been here this early.
You've never been here this
I've never been here this early.
we can tell who works the hardest in this space. But wow, what a space, what a time. You literally walk in and you're offered a cup of coffee with all sorts of like preference options, like how much sugar you want, how much coffee you want, how much milk you want. You guys are going to be showing off your space now, and you've been here since the end of last year.
That's right, yeah, we moved in end of last year. Yeah,
what a
welcome to
place.
GoodLuck HQ.
Well, let's take a walk through so you can show us what's happening here. I know that since you moved here, there's been lots and lots of magic happening, some really interesting collaborations. You've had some amazing music coming out of it. Waiting for You, for example, was done right here.
Yes,
right.
yeah, it was created here in the space with DJ Ganyani, who is obviously one of our favorite collaborator producers.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're very proud of this amazing space that Ben was the mastermind of and built up, and I think it's becoming just a wonderful home.
It's absolutely incredible, and it really does feel like a home. I mean, you guys get up to so much here. I mean, you make music here, you make all the magic come to life here. You've got a kitchen, you've got a chilled area, you play games here as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about having fun and being creative, and it's not just about the music.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be such a fantastic time because for the next 3 hours, we're giving you a window into the headquarters of GoodLuck, as it were, and I invite you to get involved in all this action and connect with us on social media. Let us know what you think of it. Ask them any questions you want to. That official hashtag is Expresso Show. I'm going to be hanging out with the whole of GoodLuck. I've got Ben here, I've got Jules here, and Chucky's also arriving.
He's on his way.
We heard his car just now, but what a space. We're going to be taking you through all the beauty that's in here and the creative genius that's taken to bring this space into life. So connect with us and stick around right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Wow, can we just take a minute for that studio though?
I mean, why have we wasted our time building this most amazing, beautiful studio with Valence when we could have just moved into GoodLuck studio, man? That's crazy. Please, can someone ask Ben about his pants? That will be my first question. Glorious pants.
You're jealous, you love it.
I am jealous, man. I am super jealous. We love them. We love their space. We love their creative energy, and we're going to connect with them and obviously see them perform this morning, which is the best part about having this amazing relationship with such an awesome, dynamic, creative band.
Exactly. Well, we're going to fill up these coffee cups. We'll be right back after this. Because yours is finished.
Get an insurance quote and stand a chance to win one of 6 Samsung S10 smartphones. Simply SMS the keyword LIFE to 31492 for a callback and quote, and you could be a winner.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. My name is Graham Richards. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, if you missed a little bit earlier, we're going to be connecting with GoodLuck in their studios throughout this morning. So if you love their vibe, stay tuned. But let's throw it back a little bit. Time to take a massive step back into the world of gaming for our weekly feature. And this morning, we are getting nostalgic with a new release featuring possibly the most iconic video game character of all time. But you can let us know on social media. Over to you, gents.
All right, it's gaming time one more time. Super Mario, of course, possibly the most iconic video game ever made. And whether you're a veteran gamer or you've never even held a controller in your life before, you will definitely have heard of the little moustached Italian plumber running around the sewers and jumping on mushrooms and trying to skate off tortoises.
It sounds weird when you put it that way.
Right?
Yeah. Ordinarily, it's like it's a great game, but the way you put it, it's like, okay.
Anyway, this morning, we're taking a look at a new take on the classic that allows you to create your own stages, and it's called Mario Maker 2. And of course, we're back again with our gaming guru, Gareth Woods, to take us through a pretty exciting development of this particular franchise.
It's different. So it's like, it's everything you come to love about Mario. And the Switch, and now they put it all together and allowing you all the tools that the people who make the Mario stages have to create your own.
Yeah, so this is like your creative engineering side meeting your Mario enthusiast super gamer side, meeting your social media fully
there's a lot
all
of
in one, because it's all about building communities
so that's
as well as you
where I am
can
at
see
the moment.
here.
So obviously you can make your own stages and you sit there and you can put Goombas and mushrooms and whatever and do whatever you want to do. And you can put it online and let people, try it, try and beat it. Some are then themed, so you've got some that are, standard, some are short and sweet, some are puzzle stages. So it's not about.
I love the names.
Yeah,
Beneath the Poison Sea.
Oh, let's check it out. Let's check out Beneath the Poison Sea by Tim Biggs from Australia. And you see that 24% of the world have completed it. That's 49 people have tried it. And the world record is 1 minute and 10 seconds. You can download it if you want to be able to play it offline, which is great.
Oh, cool.
So right now I'm online, but you can download it. If you are offline, you can play it then, in your own leisure. But let's give it a go.
And as you said, this gives you the tools to create stages from the very basic Mario from the very beginning to what we have now in, like, let's say, racing Mario.
So, you've got like...
oh, look at that. Yeah, this is as we know it as children, right?
So but the graphical content can change. So you can have, for example, Paper Mario was one of the versions. And then you've got...
I still get that angst.
You've got, obviously, the original Mario, Super Mario Brothers, Mario 3, all of them sort of... And you can, chop and change and put stuff from all the different Marios in there. The other thing that's quite cool is, obviously, being able to share it with your friends so that they can comment and... and obviously the world record sort of things that people being able to try and beat your score and trying to beat your friends at it. Struggling a little bit with this jump.
You are struggling.
For some reason, it's...
there we go.
It's this massive screen, I have to be honest. Like,
which gamers ever complain about the size of the screen they play on?
Normally they're facing it though. They're not looking at it at this angle.
Oh no! I must say the one thing that the makers of Mario got right is just the ability to kind of keep bringing back the nostalgia of just gaming.
Yeah, super fun.
Having fun, that's the thing.
But what's great is how some guys' creativity in terms of the stages they've created, they'll create ones themed around movies, so there'll be like a Matrix stage and they'll make their own kind of memes and jokes within the stage. Okay, let's see what we have to do with this one. Power to switch that off.
Oh, and so it's also like things that you've got to like figure out, right?
Yeah, so some are more puzzle stages than others. This one is a little bit of a mixed bag.
That is crazy. That it's like the try and design as difficult an enemy as possible, like undefeatable.
So some are like that. Some are literally like you have one life, you get one shot at this. Feel like I'm quoting an Eminem song or something. But it's they're super difficult. They do that on purpose. I'm gonna struggle here, I think.
Come on! No,
I don't I actually didn't want.
That is so cool. Yeah. That is so cool. So who do you think is likely to enjoy this game the most?
Yeah, obviously Mario fans, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I think anyone who's got a little bit of a creative side, want to, tinker with game design, but without having to know a single thing about programming, this is obviously cool for you. The other thing I didn't mention is, so this is the courses and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
There is a kind of like story mode.
Yeah.
I've got to see how I get to there from here.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Leaderboards, it seems to be a menu at the top there, on the top right corner. So that's you.
Oh, the screen's cut off a little bit.
But what is story mode entail?
Yeah, so story mode is like for people who just want to play like a classic Mario game. So,
so it's got that
yeah,
too.
so Peach's castle has been broken down, and you're gonna play all these stages to collect resources to buy bricks and mortar and that to build up the course again. So it's got a little bit of a construction theme thing as well, but the standard kind of fare for a Mario game. A little bit of a story, you know, save the princess, in this case, save her house.
Excellent. I think that the online playability mode of it and being able to share courses with other players from around the world, as you can see, and just really see where people's creativity leads them is probably
so
one of the,
like
the
for example,
best
here your
elements.
leaderboards as well. So a huge competitive element. This guy here, Dave from Canada, has done 220 courses.
Gee whiz. That's crazy.
How the guys have all done. So,
okay, you got a long way to go. How many have you built?
I built 0, and I played about 10. So there's a lot of Mario Maker to play.
Start now. Do check it out. It's called Mario Maker 2, and it is available on the Nintendo Switch. And let us know what you think about this cool game.
Thank you so much, gents. Looks awesome. Likewise, the brand new studio space of GoodLuck. We're going to have live crossings throughout this morning. We get a beautiful performance from the band that is helping to redefine South African music, certainly on the house scene. We absolutely love them as well, part of our broader family. So we will be joining them throughout today. If you're up for a little bit of a party, stay tuned. We're also going to bring you some very creative lunchbox ideas in just a moment.
Small, we've got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Family, good morning. Yes, we are still coming through to you live and direct from the headquarters of GoodLuck out in Muizenberg, out here in Cape Town. Guys, thank you so much for having us this morning. Such a wonderful time and a wonderful space, and I automatically feel at home. But we're just having a chat now about how you guys were actually the first performing act on Expresso when Expresso started on the first episode of the show.
Do you remember that episode?
I was in there.
Let's just say we tried to perform. Didn't quite work out that way, but it was good memories.
But you've absolutely since gone on to become really a big part of our family. You know, we love having you guys around. And of course, officially launched in 2011, you've gone on to win awards. You've gone on to perform and take over stages all over the world in the most beautiful way. And your sound is absolutely incredible. How would you define your sound?
It's a mixture. I think we've all got these like kind of different loves and passions of different genres, and for us, we've never really tried to pick a lane. We've just kind of like borrowed from all the different elements that inspire us and move us, and we've kind of just made the music that's like just comes out of us.
Yeah. Making music that just comes out of you guys. Speaking of that, you've got that Waiting for You with DJ Ganyani, which is really a song that is so close to my heart that I absolutely love. Let's take a sneak peek.
This love is something worth waiting. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for love. I'm waiting for magic sent from above. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for love. I'm waiting for magic sent from above. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for love. I'm waiting for.
You want to come under?
Well, I mean, how's that, guys? How's that waiting for you? I mean, okay, so this collaboration happens with DJ Ganyani, which is absolutely magical. And of course, it tells the story of you guys as South African musicians that's quite close to your heart. How did that come about? What motivated it?
Well, the song was written, it's actually quite a personal song. We had this opportunity to go play a show in Soshanguve Township on the 1st of January with Black Motion, and I think, you know, sometimes you hear things, you hear that like going into a new space with new culture, it's going to be, you know, difficult. You have this assumption, and we went into the township expecting people to go like, who are these three Mlungus coming onto stage? Here, you know? And oh sorry, half of Mlungu. He gets very cross with me. But anyway, we had what the reception we had was completely different. It was like this open-armed embrace. It was like, where have you been? We've been waiting for you to come. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, and the people of Sosha are just amazing.
They're wonderful. Yeah. And the song was born out of just this amazing kind of feeling of, I think everyone, culturally, religion, all these people that try to separate themselves, we're all just waiting for the other person to reach out and make the first move, essentially. So yeah, that's what the song was written about.
Yeah.
And the collaboration with DJ Ganyani was just a match made in heaven. We love him.
Magic.
We love the way that he makes music.
Yeah.
He's got incredible insights into African house music, and working with him was just wonderful.
Yeah. Now, I mean, the song really is beautiful, and it's such a storytelling song. It invites the world to experience that whole feeling and experience of being welcomed into a space when you least expect it. Take us through the writing and production process of this song.
Well, I mean, we started sort of with this beat that came from Ganyani, and then we brought it into studio and just workshopped it for ages.
Yeah, very much. And I think Jules went through it, experiment a little with, especially the vocal chopping.
Yeah.
Because she says they don't really do that a lot in Afro
House.
Afro House. So try to experiment a little bit more with production wise in that perspective.
Okay, you guys, I mean, you always you cease to amaze. And your collaboration, another one with DJ Ganyani for Fading. Now that is a song reaching over 1 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you have not seen it, where have you been? But if you have not seen it, let's give you a taste.
So I ask you, what do you want me to do? Say it or not, make it true. Cause I'm broken at the thought of you. I ask you, what do you need me to say? Even the words fall away as I'm fading into yesterday. Cause I'm fading, cause I'm fading, cause I'm fading into yesterday. Cause I'm fading, cause I'm fading.
Well, I could honestly sit here and listen to you guys telling the story of how you actually come up with all this music. How on earth do you do it? How did that one come about?
Fading, that was the initial collaboration that we had with DJ Ganyani, and it actually came about through radio. He was on a radio talk show speaking just of music in general, and he was saying how he felt that there were a huge amount of wonderful singers in South Africa, but a bit of a shortage of songwriters. And that's our passion, is writing music. That's our first love. We write songs for our band, and we write songs for many other artists. And so I got on Twitter, and I just hit him up and said, hey, you know, I'd love to write something for you. I really love your music.
Did you slide into the DMs?
Exactly.
And then he got my number somehow, and he phoned me, and I was so happy.
And then it turned into a collaboration instead of just a top line writing. It actually became this really amazing friendship.
And since you guys launched, really, you've gone on to dominate charts, but you've also gone on to really take over the world stages. Quickly, before we sum it up and go maybe top up our cups of coffee, what is your secret to success?
persistence. Definitely. Hey, I think we just keep at it every day, a little bit of chip at a time, chipping it away.
Yeah.
You know, people always say to us like, how's things going? We just say, we're putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee with the big boss of this place. It's Chucky. First of all, he arrives later than everyone else. Says the least. So that his minions can do all the I joke. But I am hanging out with GoodLuck this morning live from their studios here in Muizenberg in Cape Town. It's such a fantastic time. We're going to be taking you through what their studio looks like and maybe going through what that process is that goes into making some of these amazing chart toppers and dance floor fillers that we all absolutely enjoy. Connect with us on social media. That official hashtag is Expresso Show. Catch you later. Coffee?
Yes. Yeah, please. Thank you so much, gang. We'll connect with GoodLuck and tea in just a mo. Now, the big question, what's for lunch? Packing a lunch box for work can be a bit of a pain, but Megan Pence-Clates has some advice on how to make your work lunchbox more fun, healthy, most importantly, and a joy to prepare. A very good morning. Welcome to it.
Thank you.
My little one starts preschool tomorrow, so we were chatting about that, so I'm going to have to pack a lunchbox for him. But I'm finding more and more now that I need to start packing lunchboxes for myself if I want to control my diet, and it becomes quite difficult to be creative and do something that's going to be enjoyable, that's quick, that you can access on the go, that is also healthy. And this morning we are focusing specifically on anxiety, this being Mental Health Awareness Month. What a great opportunity to cast a light on the full spectrum of anxiety disorders. Yes, but where most of us, so-called normally well-adjusted people, sit on that spectrum, certain foods can really help us combat anxiety. What are some of your top tips for helping us battle anxiety in probably the most stressful place, our office?
Absolutely. So the first thing, just to make it really simple, is to keep as much as you can fresh. So move away from processed foods. Rather choose foods that add extra nutrition. So you're looking at your fruit, your vegetables, your whole foods like your legumes, etc. And you can add that into things like soups and salads. And then don't forget your seasonal fruits and vegetables. Those are great. At the moment, you've just got your tomatoes, some carrots, some cucumbers. Adding those into your meals will actually add a lot of different nutrients. It also helps sustain your energy. So people get that slump later in the day.
Which is a big part of why we get anxious, is when we overstretch and overtired.
Exactly.
And it also helps economically. If you're buying things in season, obviously the price tag comes down. Do you have some tips on how we can make our lunch? Because often you go out there, you spend a huge amount of money and you come up with a tiny little lunchbox of food and you've spent like 300 Rand and it looks beautiful, it's amazing, but it needs to be sustainable. How can we make our lunchboxes more affordable?
So not only that, even just also time consuming. So I always say to people that the simplest way to do this is whenever you're cooking dinner, just cook a little bit extra. So if you've got like some chicken tonight, have another portion or two of chicken, cut it up for the next day, add it into a wrap or into a salad. And then the same with something like fish. If you have fish in the evening, have some, basically prepare some extra fish. And for the next day, add some noodles, some broth, and you've got a lovely like Asian type cuisine.
Ramen. Absolutely love that. Now, I think lunch is also an opportunity to check out from work, to unplug, which is a big part of kind of controlling, managing your stress. Just take a step back and a deep breath. But you want to get creative, but you're not in your kitchen. You're in a work kitchen. Maybe you've only got a microwave to deal with. How do we get a bit more creative with our lunchbox ideas?
One thing that I find works quite nicely and is great for collaborating with your colleagues is, in actual fact, if everyone decides to bring in something different. So, for example, you'd bring in a vegetable component, I'd bring in some tuna or some chicken, and someone else might bring in a roll or, some pasta, whatever. And then you actually make it like a group effort, which is great as well for team building. So then you make something quite exciting together, and from that also evolves a whole lot of new recipes. And I was involved and actually produced a few recipes or healthy lunch recipes, and they're in the Cancer and Be Well did a book called The Smart Choice Cookbook, and you can actually download that, and you've got some really great recipes for lunch.
I absolutely love that, because a trend catches on like wildfire here, and we've all forced, and I think that's what I've loved about the journey with Be Well, to just be a bit more conscious about what we're buying and what we're putting in. And often, you get a mayonnaise and you get a mayonnaise. And some are endorsed by the Cancer and Heart Foundation, by bodies that have gone to all the trouble to research effectively on our behalf. But when you're in an office space like that, you have an opportunity to influence the people around you and be healthy, but also learn. So talk, create a community.
Exactly. I mean, doing it together as well, you get so much more variety, which adds different nutrients, into your diet as well, which is a great way to look at some change and bringing in some, healthy options and also reducing anxiety.
Here's the deal. The next time I see you, Megan, when you come in, you're going to bring something. I will bring something. By that, I mean I will steal something from our kitchen here, and I'll provide it. I'll bring the eggs. And we'll make ourselves a little egg mayo.
Okay, great.
No, I absolutely love that. Thank you so much. I think we don't need to overthink it. We know what's healthy. We know it works for us. Just take the time. I always say it's about caring for yourself in an environment where there is a lot of pressure. Just taking that moment to take care of yourself can go a long way.
Thank you.
So thank you to Megan, and if you're looking for some great recipes that are rich in nutrients and of course easy to prepare, which is a win-win situation, visit bewellfoods.co.za. You can download one of their awesome free digital cookbooks.
And while you're downloading that, I hope that you are refreshing your coffee cup, because coming up after the break, we are catching up once again with the amazing award-winning chart-topping electronic band GoodLuck as we go through their brand new studio that is giving us all the feels. And then, of course, we need to catch up with some of the birthdays that we're celebrating today. All that and more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Feel it in your bones, it's your birthday. Hopefully you're feeling special, and if you're lucky enough to have one of these special messages, you're going to feel even better. We love being able to share these birthday dedications, and you've got to send them through on our WhatsApp line 071 640 6551 or birthdays@cordova.tv, and give us 24 hours at least to make sure that we can prep and get it out there on your special day. Who we got on the cards today?
Who we got turning 17 today, ladies and gentlemen, is Andile Sehume. Happy birthday, Andile. We would like to wish her many more years to come. This is from your family. Your sister wants you to know that you will always be there for you, and of course they want you to enjoy your day, and they don't want to let anything disturb your mood. So happy birthday, Andiswa. Look, is that beautiful? Andiswa celebrating her 70th birthday today.
And then a happy birthday to Sean. Here is a message from your mom that says thus: I'm sending you the warmest wishes and blessings on your special day and every single day, because mom's love never takes a day off. We love you very, very much. Happy birthday, Sean.
Happy birthday.
And then we've got a very cute message from Caleb to his mom, and it says, I would just like to wish my mommy, Rochelle Nell, a happy 50th birthday. I hope you have or had a lovely day and it met all your expectations. That's very grown up. Thank you for being such an amazing mom. Happy birthday, Rochelle.
Moms. And then also we've got this one. The Swartz family has a message for Asma. Asma, our dear daughter and sister, we as your parents and siblings and in-laws and nieces would like to wish you a very special birthday. May the Almighty bless you with many wonderful birthdays filled with love and happiness. Happy the birthday. And also a very happy birthday to Felicia. may the good Lord bless you and keep you, and may all your birthday wishes come true. We hope you have an awesome day from Lene and Clarence.
Then let's bring in the cuteness. Happy birthday, Erin Stradom, on her 6th birthday. That's from Mommy and Daddy, who say, love you lots and lots. Happy birthday, gorgeous girl. Then next we have a wish from Lionel for his love. Happy 23rd birthday, my lovely caring girlfriend, Arinza Prince. Baby, I hope that all your wishes and dreams come true. I love you so much. Have a blessed day.
This one is for Jake Jose Carrick. Happy birthday to my one and only son, Jake. May the Lord spare you with many, many more blessed years to come. And that is from Mom and Dad. Happy birthday, Jake. And then also this one going out to Robin Besadenode from her family. And your fam says, happy birthday, darling daughter. Here's a wish for happiness and many, many dreams to come true. Not only on your special day, but always, your whole life through. Lots of love from Mommy Charlene, Kevin and Misha.
And the last shout out of the day. Happy birthday wish going out to Raquel Reiters of South Peninsula High School. Whole school getting a shout out today. Please enjoy your 16th birthday today. Stay as sweet as you are. Lots of love from the Reiters family in Retreat. The area, the school, the family gets a shout out.
Oh, man.
That's love. So happy birthday to all of you. We love you guys. Wish we could get through more of them, but we love the fact that you're sending these messages through.
Exactly. Well, if you have a birthday wish, why don't you send that to us? A video would be nice. We haven't had a video in a while, but you can send that to the video to 071 640 6551, or you can email us at birthdays@cordova.tv.
Oh man,
yeah.
someone is snuggling up for their birthday.
What is going on?
He must be feeling like it's his birthday, of course, sitting with the superstars that are Good Luck. Our Tobiso is at their brand new studio. We're going to be crossing live for another performance.
Well, I don't think it gets any better than this.
Wow.
It's just before 7 o'clock in the morning. It's winter. We're in Cape Town. We're sitting by the fireplace. Where? At the headquarters of Good Luck. I mean, it honestly cannot get any better than this. Now, guys, every single morning we know that we celebrate the birthdays of many of our Expresso viewers who send in all the love of their loved ones. And I thought if we're here, we might as well get you guys to wish them well by singing them the happy birthday song.
Or jam it up. What's the date today? It's the 9th.
Today is
9th
the 9th of July, 2019.
All the 9th of July people, this is for you.
Here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Expresso family. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, how special do you feel right now? That is awesome. Good Luck live from their studio in our studio for the rest of this morning, and we will get some amazing performances, some of their biggest hits coming your way. But let's see what's hitting the news this morning. What our major headlines with Leanne?
Thank you so much, Graham. In the national news this morning, the renaming of Grahamstown to Makanda was headed to the High Court after local organizations complained that the process followed was invalid. Now, according to the Keep Grahamstown campaign, the renaming was also based on incorrect historical information. The campaign's Sigidla Ndumo was confident the name change would be overturned. Ndumo said that they know that the Minister of Arts and Culture, Natim Tetwa, only considered a small number of the name objections that were submitted. Western Cape Education MEC Debbie Schaefer has called on parents to prioritise checking their children's application status for the 2020 school admissions after revealing that more than 85,000 applications had yet to be confirmed. Schaefer said this was a concern as it meant that while the application was successful, some parents had not indicated their final choice on the system. The department has also urged parents who have not received a positive response to remain calm while they process the second phase of the admissions procedure. On the international front, African leaders have launched a 55-nation continental free trade zone that, if successful, would unite 1.3 billion people, create a $3.4 trillion economic bloc, and usher in a new era of development. It is hoped that the African Continental Free Trade Area, the largest since the creation of the World Trade Organization in 1994, will help unlock Africa's long-stymied economic potential by boosting intra-regional trade, strengthening supply chains, and spreading expertise. Ghana was announced as the host of the trade zone's future. An Amsterdam museum has begun the largest ever restoration of Rembrandt's famous painting, The Night Watch, and is inviting people to watch live. The masterpiece, created in 1642, has been placed inside a specially designed glass chamber so that it can still be viewed while being restored. The celebrated painting was last restored more than 40 years ago after it was slashed with a knife. The painting is nearly 4 meters tall, 4.5 meters wide, and weighs 337 kilograms. It's viewed by more than 2 million people every year. And then finally, the Dayton School in Maine, USA. One learner has inspired a big change to the curriculum. Maury Ballinger, a 6-year-old kindergartner, is the school's first deaf learner. And to make her feel welcome, the entire school opted to teach all the learners American Sign Language. A hearing assistive system was installed, and extra teacher training implemented to incorporate sign language into every classroom. Sign language posters line the walls of hallways. Principal Kimberly Sampietro says that the kids absolutely embraced Maury, and in turn, she eagerly helped them learn the sign language alphabet. Now the whole community has embraced sign language, with many learning it on their own. How inspirational. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Here's another look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
Expanding on some of those major sporting headlines this morning, let's kick it off on the grass. Tennis giants Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, and reigning world number 1 Novak Djokovic all cruised into the 2019 Wimbledon quarterfinals. The 20-time Grand Slam winner Federer, who reached a record-extending 17th Wimbledon quarterfinal, will face Kai Nishikori for a spot in the semis. Djokovic and Nadal also continue to breeze through the draw with equally comfortable last 16 wins. On the women's side, a massive shock. Top seed Ashley Barty crashed out of the competition after being beaten by American Alison Risk, who will now take on fellow American Serena Williams later today. Then on the footballing front, Crystal Palace forward Wilfried Zaha scored the winner for the Ivory Coast, and that helped them beat Mali 1-0 to reach the Africa Cup of Nations quarterfinals. While Tunisia, they stunned Ghana in a penalty shootout to advance. So many of the big guns dropping out. The Black Stars knocked out of the AFCON after Tunisia beat them 5-4 on penalties ultimately, and that was after it remained 1-1 after extra time. So Ivory Coast will now play Algeria, while Tunisia will face Madagascar in the quarterfinals on Thursday. And of course, Bafana taking on the Super Eagles tomorrow to book their spot, hopefully. Then on the water, we of course see more success for South Africa swimmers. Tatjana Schoenmaker and Taylor Lovemore claimed their second gold medals at the 2019 Summer Universiade. Michael Hooley posted a new record during the 5th day of competition in Italy. Schoenmaker won the 200-meter breaststroke, with another South African, Kayleen Corbett, finishing in 4th. Lovemore then sprinted her way to a second gold medal in the 100-meter butterfly final, while Michael Hooley broke Italian Andrea Tignato's record in the 50-meter breaststroke in the evening semi-finals. Then, of course, on the Cricket World Cup fixture watch today, you can catch the first Cricket World Cup semi-final. That's between probably the favourites to take the tournament, India up against New Zealand, desperately needing to get back on track. 11:30 is when it kicks off South African time later today. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get into the traffic.
Taking a look at our roads at the moment, in Gauteng at Kempton Park, there is a stationary vehicle on the R24 westbound. This is before the OR Tambo interchange. The emergency lane is currently obstructed, so please keep a lookout for this. Now in the Western Cape at Lunga on the N2 inbound, there's been a multi-vehicle accident before Bunga Avenue, obstructing the emergency lane. Please approach with caution. According to Metro Rail, the Northern Line, all Worcester trains are cancelled between Worcester and Wellington due to a Transnet freight rail incident. Commuters are advised to use an alternative mode of transport between Worcester and Wellington. Well, that was your 7 o'clock traffic update. Let's get another look at what's happening in the weather.
Don't fear the flu. Boost your immune system with Everflu-C Immune Booster by Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
We really do relish being able to connect with you with your sunrise pictures in your beautiful part of the country. And our regular contributor, Gary Okamp, woke up extra early this morning to send us this pretty amazing orange skyline from East London. Gary, thank you so much. Here's what you can expect in your weather. Plenty of sunshine with a light southwesterly wind reaching a maximum of 22 degrees on the heat scale. Polokwane, your low 7 going up to 24 degrees. Highest temperature in the country. Again, Mbombela, 28 is your max with a low of 10. Pretoria ranging between 6 and 23. Then clear skies expected for Johannesburg, 5 degrees, your low going up to 21 degrees. Mahikeng, 5 and 26, your range. Then a cold start this morning in Klerksdorp, 2 degrees, going up to a moderate 21 degrees. Kimberley, also a sunny 22 degrees, your max with a minimum of just 2. As always, the lowest temperature in the country. It's a cold winter in Bloem, -1 degrees, your low, but you do go up to a nice warm 21 degrees. Then high humidity in Richards Bay with a low of 13 going up to 24 degrees. High humidity in Pietermaritzburg as well, 7 your low going up to 24 degrees there as well. Durbs your low 14 going up to a max of 23. Mthatha 4 and 25 your range. Then a southwesterly wind of around 20 kilometers an hour in East London, as we said. 12 your low going up to 22 degrees. Cradock your low 3 going up to a max of 24. Then a southwesterly wind of 24 kilometers an hour in Port Elizabeth with a low of 9 and a high of 19. George your low 10, also a high of 19. Sutherland chilly start 4 degrees going up to a nice warm 20. Cape Town moderate temperature today, 10 and 18 your range with a bit of cloud cover. Worcester your low 7 and a high of 24 degrees. Springbok 11 degrees is your low, 25 your high. Uppington slightly warmer this year, this season certainly, 6 degrees your low, 26 degrees is your rather sunny high on this Tuesday morning. Go and make it a beautiful day.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Tuesday, so we need to chat all things health related. And Dr. Darren Green is in the house looking absolutely suave and debonair. And of course, we want to know from you this morning, do you suffer from anxiety and how do you deal with that? We're going to tackle that subject after the break.
Hi, I'm Melinda Bamform, Miss South Africa and TV presenter, and I was a contestant on Tropica Island of Treasure Season 8 in the beautiful Maldives.
What's up, y'all? My name is MT. I'm a hip-hop artist by profession. I was part of the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 7 in the Seychelles.
My experience at Tropica Island of Treasure was extraordinarily beautiful because Maldives is my favorite place in the world. I had a blast because I played like a kiddie.
The Seychelles was so dope. I never thought I'd ever be in a place like that.
The great thing about Tropica is that it really appeals to everyone in South Africa, which was amazing because I could see that on my social media and people commenting and saying that they're all Team Coral supporters, and that was really great.
I can definitely say that through Tropica Island of Treasure, I was able to gain a new audience, and shout out to Jackson because he was also able to kickstart his rap career, and I can really say that he found his fame and fortune through Tropica Island of Treasure.
The new season of Tropica Island of Treasure is coming soon, so make sure that you look out in August for all your entry details because it'll be in the beautiful Curacao.
Enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9 and you can stand a chance to win yourself a smooth million.
So if it's fame and fortune you want or just a whole lot of fun, make sure that you don't miss out.
Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to get serious for a second now because we have been presented with an entire month to get serious about mental health. Anxiety, more than just a feeling of being worried or stressed. Anxiety is when these feelings don't go away and can happen without any particular cause or reason. They're not just simply situational. Anxiety disorders are serious conditions that make it hard to cope with daily life. Many of us can relate to this. The month of July, obviously focusing on mental health awareness, gives us an opportunity to focus on our mental health and be proactive, and the importance, I think, all year round of putting emphasis on these issues. But this month, obviously, a great opportunity to come together to show our support, solidarity and efforts for those who suffer from mental disorders. And here to show his solidarity and give us his unbelievably insightful take on anxiety disorders, please welcome our trusted medical advisor, Dr. Darren Green.
Good morning.
Don't look so nervous, man. Don't look so nervous. It was quite an intro. I did pump you up quite a bit there, man. But that's what it's about. But no, we love being able to talk about this because it does affect so many people.
It cripples so many people, doesn't it?
That's it.
Well, let's contextualize for a second. What exactly are anxiety disorders, and what are the most common ones?
Sure. So anxiety itself, as a symptom, is represented by so many different physical symptoms. Anxiety is the feeling of impending doom and death. Wow. It's a feeling that is often triggered by your thought processes. It's also basically triggered by things that lead to panic in many cases. But anxiety can be good, like stress can be good, in dosages that are tolerable and that are appropriate for the situation. Where the disorders come into play is where the thought processes of impending doom, things that threaten your survival, put you on alert so much so that you actually can't function in your day-to-day activities. In other words, you have a rational fear of spiders, for example, but your fear of spiders is okay, but you immediately thinking that you're going to die if that spider touches your skin is not rational, but that's the feeling. So that feeling of threat, impending doom, leads to so many, obviously, of the different symptoms. When it comes to the disorders, there are quite a few, at least 6 different types. The ones that are most common that you asked about would be things like social anxiety, fear that other people will think badly of you or think negatively of you, the fear that you're going to do something wrong that's going to cause them to victimize you and look at you, in a different light. And then, of course, you have things that are all anxiety-based, like obsessive-compulsive disorder, fear of germs, germaphobes, washing their hands 15 to 20 times an hour. And then obviously you have other things like public spaces and situational anxiety of malls, not having an escape when you feel claustrophobic, for example, or too many people. So those kind of things. You have generalized anxiety disorders, social anxieties. You have then obsessive compulsive disorder as well. And then lots of people suffer on a day-to-day basis from normal panic attacks when there's an initial thought or something that triggers it. And the problem is that they don't know how to switch them off.
Well, it's a medical thing, and I think it often gets played down. Anything in the mind often gets played down because it doesn't seem like a physical thing, but people will be hospitalized for an anxiety attack because it exhibits like a heart attack and feels like a heart attack for the person who's experiencing it.
That's it. You feel this impending doom. You really think you're going to die. So your body's physical response is the hyperventilation, the sweating, the dry mouth, obviously as well, and with that,
limbs,
the palpitations, and then from hyperventilating and blowing off all your carbon dioxide levels in the blood drop so low that you then develop other symptoms like spasms, carpopedal spasms, and also things like pins and needles, and paresthesia. So that then will make you pass out quite often, and then you wake up thinking, oh, I didn't die, which is actually very good. So that brings out the whole that brings out the whole topic of whether we don't sometimes try and over-medicate anxiety with medication that just numbs you, deals with anxiety now. And a group of drugs called the benzodiazepines is the one that often is used to rescue people in the acute anxiety attack.
In the peak of that.
But we need to look at tools to equip people in dealing with anxiety.
So much, yeah, of what you've said here. I think it rings in so many of us. We're like, but I felt a little bit of that. I felt a little bit about it. But when does a little become a lot? When does a lot become overwhelming? That's what we're talking about. Anxiety disorders. We'll be discussing this with Dr. Darren Green continually throughout this morning.
Well, that conversation with Dr. Darren Green continues here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso. This entire month of July, we focus on mental health issues. And right now, we shift the focus over to chat about anxiety. And the first thing I've got to say is when you guys told me you'd like to do this interview here on your chill out net, I had a rush of anxiety. It's insane. How did this come about?
I always wanted to have a really amazing chill out space for our home.
Is it stable?
It's very stable. The TV behind the cameraman actually spins around, and you can play PlayStation up here. And we put like big pillows down, and you can just have a nap or relax. And it came about because we did a show on in the Seychelles, and we got to spend some time on a catamaran, and it actually is.
It's a yacht.
Out of a yacht.
Yeah.
Insane. Okay, let's speak about anxiety. I mean, there's a big whole conversation going on in music around anxiety, and we know that you guys are under a lot of pressure consistently all the time. How do you guys manage your anxiety or stage fright before you go on a stage?
Well, I think mental health in the music industry is quite an involved topic, but we won't delve on that. But I think it's something that everyone should be looking out for. By the way, it's a very interesting thing. I mean, just to kind of calm the nerves, I love chamomile tea.
Really?
It has an amazing effect on me.
Yeah.
You know, and also just kind of it's a cheat warm up.
The opposite of tequila.
Yeah, the opposite of tequila. And then we always like to jump around a little bit. Hey, get like physically
Just don't do it here.
It's a very like focused moment before a show. We're normally like prepping the set and just making sure that all the little.
I don't think we're necessarily stressed before show. I think it's sometimes if we have technical difficulties, since we are electronic band, we kind of, I don't know,
stress off.
In the moment, Other than that, it's chill.
But do you find that your anxiety levels have gotten better over the years, where you actually are more able to deal with things in the moment and get over it very quickly now?
I think we deal with our stress. It's a cumulative kind of thing. The industry has got so much pressure. There's so much energy around it. It's a very like high energy kind of experience. And I think what we all sort of have our outlets. We love going mountain biking. We love surfing. We love going and like decompressing. And I think that's the most important thing, is that after a long period of really intense work, it's important just to sort of break away and just let that steam out.
And you guys have been around for such a long time, and we see all the time with the pressure of social media and people giving you almost instant feedback these days. A lot of up and coming artists really just I think folding into anxiety and almost breaking off before they break through. What advice do you have for it?
You know, I think just we wrote the song about this exact thing called Be Yourself, and I think the song and the lyrics say, just try not to worry about what other people are doing. At the end of the day, I think people can still, even though there's a lot of pressure to conform to things like Instagram and all that kind of thing, people still really feel genuineness, and I think that if you just stay true to yourself and if you're honest, that comes across in your music, that comes across in
people will ultimately resonate with a beautiful song. If that song comes from your heart,
it doesn't matter.
Connects.
And I guess ultimately, if you're feeling good, you can only really make music that makes everybody else feels good as well, right? Just taking those notes here with GoodLuck here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We continue to connect with them. We're going to be taking it to the kitchen in a while as well. I can already start smelling the oils getting warmer in there. They've got the coolest kitchen as well that you actually really do want to see. It's going to be such a treat. We're also going to be dipping our Oma at some point as well. You guys, I mean, it's breakfast time, right?
Yeah, I'm a big rusk fan.
You do love rusk. I was offered a rusk when I got here, my favorite flavor as well. So that's all happening here, so don't move.
We won't move, I promise. We're going to stay right here to be so. Well, we are still here with Dr. Darren Green. We're talking about the seriousness of anxiety disorders and how we should definitely be putting a spotlight on it, because it's not just about being stressed, it's not just being in a bad mood, and that is why we're tackling these issues today. I want to speak to you, Dr. Darren Green, about the symptoms associated with anxiety disorder.
Yeah, so if you think about them, the common ones that we know to identify in ourselves and in others, the first one is obviously a feeling of impending danger.
Yes, you said.
So there's a structure in the brain called the amygdala, Greek word for almond, the nut.
Presumably how it's shaped.
Yes, and the size as well. But so long of the short is the amygdala is a very important structure in anxiety because it basically starts resonating when it picks up different clues from the environment, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and so forth, and even what you're tasting, by the way. So what it then does is it alerts you whether something actually adds to your chance of survival or actually threatens your survival.
Wow.
So you then will either move towards the stimulus if it's going to ensure like good breeding, what a beautiful person you've noticed, example. And then you also move away from things like certain noxious fumes or smells, for example, that could threaten the future of a mom carrying a baby or your own health. So it alerts then, and then it results in the neurological pathway sending messages to a system called the fight or flight, the sympathetic nervous system. And then those nerves control all the systems in the body. Your breathing rate, so you hyperventilate, pant like a dog, blowing off so much carbon dioxide that I mentioned a little bit earlier. You also have an increased heart rate, for example. You often have your skin turning really pale. Even black people look white when they have a big fright or shock, because the blood vessels of the skin constrict and all the blood is redirected to the vital organs like the brain, the heart, the kidneys, etc., and the muscles to run away or to fight against your prey. So those are some of the physical. Then you start sweating as well. Sweating often is basically elicited to cool you down when you become hot and run. It's already starting before you even start running or fighting. It's incredible. And then the dry mouth also, the glands that don't secrete what they should at the time. All that's under the influence of the sympathetic nervous system. So the anxiety then comes out in that way. But palpitations, heart rate is often the one that triggers